So one thing that's really difficult for us as contractors is understanding that client-contractor relationship. And this is something that has been a continual work in progress for not only myself, but our team here at AFT. You know, as you learn, we all make mistakes through the building process, and it's something we continue to refine. And we speak a lot about our social media channels and here on YouTube about having systems in place and organization to prevent a lot of the pitfalls and issues we have as builders. Well, one of the key things is just setting those expectations. What we found is typically with our clients where we have projects that are successful, it's where we've set clear expectations, we've managed those, and they become a successful project. Where we've challenged is when those expectations are not clear, they're not defined, and so we don't have any clear communication with the client. And it becomes really difficult on our team when we are not providing, along with not only clear expectations, you think bedside manner. There was a study done on malpractice lawsuits in the medical industry, and 90% of people that sued their doctor did not like their doctor. And so really that bedside manner became very important in these litigation lawsuits, because even in the medical field, right, it's a practice, right? Doctors, they're practicing as well. They're learning, they're bettering themselves as surgeons and medical professionals, and they make mistakes just like all of us do. And so the doctors that were able to have a good rapport and relationship with their clients were less prone to be sued or have litigation issues. And it's very similar to us as contractors. When the client likes us as the builder and they feel they can communicate well, there's always going to be expectations and misunderstandings between everybody, but it's a lot easier to work through those because you have that good relationship. When you don't have that, when there's been an issue, that is when the client, and it can get ugly, as we know in construction. That can be a litigious industry that we have to be careful. And so it's really important with clients that we understand those expectations, and also that we're also clear too. I mean, this is really important in the interview process that I speak about, is that when we're being interviewed for a project and we're discussing our qualifications and our resume and the cost of the house and who's going to be running the project, yes, this is important for the client as they're understanding who they're going to be hiring for their home. But it's also important for us as the builder that we're interviewing the client to understand, you know, their methodologies, their mindset, their expectations on building schedule, on delays that may happen, on material shortages, right, on labor, on cost. How are they open-minded? Do they have a contingency set up? And these are the questions we should be asking that will prevent some of the pitfalls and issues that we have with our clients. And it's also important to understand the personality traits. All of us, whether you're A-type or you're more passive, it's really important to understand how you communicate and your personality. You have to understand the client and how they communicate. And these are important to understand, that personality and that dynamic, because that can either make or break your team, right? When I look at it, you know, for me as the owner, I'm not dealing with the client every day. My team is, and so it's really important to understand how they communicate and their the way they speak to clients and the way they speak to their subs, and make sure they're on projects that interact well with that client. So that's a delicate balance as well, to understand your in-house abilities and shortcomings and how you can position everyone to be successful. That really comes down when you look at employees, you know, having an opportunity for them to be successful, you know, and understand that dynamic with the client is super important.